Hi boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed learning all about Charlie Harper. We're going to be moving on to working on one of his birds. One of his most famous birds that he did was the Cardinal. That might be because he lived and worked in Ohio and the Cardinal is the state bird. So there's a lot of different ways that we can create this. I know you're at home and I know that you're trying to find different materials. So let me just show you some of the things that I have here that I could possibly use. If you happen to have white paper is great. If you have any color paper is great. You can also use an envelope. You can use the white paper from an envelope. Think outside the box. I found a gift bag. Now you always want to ask and make sure if you're using anything from around the house like an envelope or cardboard or gift bag, you just want to make sure that it's okay with your parent or guardian that you're using it. I also found some scraps of cardboard that maybe I can use. So let me just talk to you about some ways that you can do this. There's really no right or wrong as long as you're feeling inspired to create. So let's talk about using the colored paper first. I'm going to be making a teardrop shape. Some of you might just be able to draw that, no problem. You can take your pencil and you can just draw the shape like this. Now I'm going to tell you, this is not symmetrical. If that doesn't bother you, you could cut that out and keep it. That would be fine. If that bothers you, let me show you a trick. You want to pick the side that you like the most. I happen to like this side the most. So I'm going to fold it kind of in half. Just want to pick the side that you think looks best. I still like that side. I'm going to cut this out. This is going to be my tracer. So at this point, this is the body of my cardinal. So I could be tracing it onto some red paper. I could be tracing it onto an envelope. I could be tracing it onto my gift bag. Okay, anything that you have that you'd like to use is fine. If you want to trace it out onto some cardboard, you can do that. I'm going to show you how to make a rubbing plate too. So if you'd like to trace this out onto cardboard, you would get the shape that's underneath here. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to use the red paper. I'm going to trace, go around on this side, and I will cut this out. Now from here, you can cut up other pieces of white paper for the details. You can use crayons, colored pencils, markers. So I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take white piece of paper and I'm gonna glue this down. You can use glue stick, you can use liquid glue, you can use tape. The reason why I'm using the white paper for the background personally is I'm using it because a lot of his cardinals are in the snow. So if you would like to do that, you can. You can put your cardinal in the center. You can put it to the side. I'm going to put mine to the side. And you can glue it down. Okay. Now when we get to this part of the bird, you're going to make a line across here. And then you're going to make the letter U. The eyes are going to be here. I'm using a black colored pencil. You could use a Sharpie, you could use a crayon. For the wings, you just draw a line here and a line here. For the beak, it's one triangle this way, and it's one triangle this way. When you get into the wings, you can draw lines. Remember, we saw a lot of lines when we looked at Charlie Harper's work. So you can do the lines there. For the legs, they kind of start where the wings are. You can draw a line, make that line nice and dark. And there's a little circle that he does kind of for the knee joint. I'm gonna grab an orange colored pencil now. I'm gonna color with the orange. Now it's not showing up a whole bunch, I'm sure, on the camera. So let me show you. If you use white colored pencil, I know you're like, Mrs. Sasso, that beak is not gonna be white. Of course, it's not a white beak, but you can color on top of it and the orange can pop out a little bit more. Remember, you can use orange paper. You could cut out white paper, color that orange, and then you could glue down triangles on top. It's really up to you. You can start to color this in. Get that nice black. Now you might think, Miss Sass, you're missing something. I am missing something. I'm missing his tail. If we look here, his tail is a triangle. You can put the seed in the inside if you want. There is one of his works that I showed you that did have a seed on the inside. You could put a worm on the inside. Doesn't matter to me. It's your artwork. You could get creative. Maybe you want to put something totally different. Maybe a Pokemon ball. I don't care. Get creative. For the tail, I'm gonna lay this paper here like this so that I can kind of measure. Right where this wing ends, you're gonna make a straight line up. You're gonna be making a triangle. That's gonna go right there. You can draw my lines in it while I'm here. You can use a ruler too. You don't have to eyeball it like I am. I'm going a little fast. I can always go a little slower. All right, let's glue this on. Let's flip it over. Remember, you can use a glue stick, you could use tape. So here I am. I have my Charley Harper Cardinal. You could add other birds if you want to. You can draw the seeds. You could cut out the seeds. You can paint this. Really depends on kind of what you have at home. I'm going to draw some of the little bird prints in the snow. They kind of go all over the place. You can draw some of those sunflower seeds. Cardinals love sunflower seeds. I don't know if any of you feed the birds. That's always fun to do. All year round, not just in the winter, but the birds really do appreciate it in the winter time. So there's my Charley Harper Cardinal. Now you might be saying, Miss Sasso, I saw that rubbing plate you were talking about. What is that? Rubbing plates are really fun. Oh, I need to sign my work. Always gotta sign your work. All right, put this to the side. So what's a rubbing plate? Well, what I did was I cut out all those shapes. Remember, I was cutting out the teardrop shape. I cut out the triangles here, this U shape, all of those I cut out. I just used cardboard, thin cardboard from food packaging. You can use that, you draw right on it and you cut it, and then you glue those down. So if I was gonna be cutting out the tail, cuts pretty easily. You can always ask for help. You could draw the shape and ask someone to cut it for you at home. Sometimes the little circles are harder, but you just stack those up, you glue them all together. And then here's my finished ones. I'll show you how cool these are. Take a piece of paper. Again, you could use, maybe I'll go ahead and use the envelope so I can show you that it really does work. I'm going fast again. All right, so I have this on here. Now let me grab a crayon. You want a crayon, I have a whole bag here. My crayons that don't have the paper on them. You want the ones that don't have the paper on. You hold paper down, you lay it on its side, and you just keep the paper where it is and you start to go. Isn't that fun? You can do rubbings of lots of different things. You can make these rubbing plates at home with all different types of shapes. You can do rubbings of the bottoms of your shoes. You can do rubbings of things in nature like leaves. Try them out. Now you might say, I don't like all that rough edges. That's fine. You can cut all those off. Whoops, might have to re-rub that little part. So you could make repeating cardinals over and over and over again. If you remember with Charley Harper's work, a lot of the things that he did had repetition and layering, lines, shapes, and colors. So here's this. You can have him live right here. You could do whatever you'd like with these. If you wanted to add a rubbing to white paper like this and do all the little bird prints and the seeds around it, you can do those. Now you don't have to do a cardinal. Maybe you are looking at the squid that I showed you and that's more what you're interested in. That's okay too. I want you to get excited about what you are doing. If you like the ladybugs, do the ladybugs, but maybe add some other things in there, some different plants, or maybe some different animals that might be near a ladybug, maybe a frog. I'm just showing you another way to do the rubbing. You can do double layers, different colors. You can make rainbow cardinals. What I really want you to be doing is finding ways to be inspired. So if these are things that you're looking at going, cool, I really like this, go for it. Like I said, if you want to do something different like your dog at home, do it. I'm really excited to see the way that you get creative. I can't wait. So there's my Charley Harper Cardinals. Enjoy and get creative.